but he's one of the global expansion leaders for this incredible opportunity with Bonanza. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others, Mr. Derek Brown.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Indu. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for that awesome introduction. I have a $25 check on the way for you, sir. Thank you so much. But Mr. Indu said some nice things about me, guys, but I have to let you all know, Mr. Indu and I have become business partners, and in the interim, great friends as well. And this is a gentleman, while he's several years younger than myself, he's someone that I actually look up to in the business realm. This gentleman has built huge organizations all across the world. He's owned and operates several businesses, nationwide tax service, and I can go on, and just a phenomenal individual as well. So again, Mr. Indu, thank you so much, and I'm just blessed to be in partnership with you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can make a promise to you tonight, and that promise is we will not be long, but we're definitely going to be strong. Because what you're about to witness is simply a common sense platform. And we're so excited about what you're about to witness. Mr. Indu, myself, and Mr. Thurman, as well as another partner of ours, Mr. Gary, had an opportunity to go to Beverly Hills, California. And when I tell you, we were blown away. It was a one-day trip, and it was extended for 5 days. So you can only imagine the information that was received and given. But again, ladies and gentlemen, before I start, again, Mr. Indu said some good things about me, but I have to be frank with you. I'm no different than anyone else on this line this evening. Now, I did everything that Mama Brown told me to do. And you probably did this as well. I went to school to get the good education, to get a good job, right? How many of you fell for that trick as well? But I gotta be frank with you guys. When I finally landed that quote unquote good job, I hated it. And the reason why I hated it, you may or may not be able to relate to, but the reason why I hated my job at that time several years ago was because I didn't have the quality time that I really wanted to spend with my family. At that time, I had several young children. They're all, grown now, but I found myself giving the best part of my day to a company. And I get home, get up at dark 30 in the morning, get home at dark 30 at night, grab my daughter. She was a baby at the time, and slingshot some food in her mouth, snatch her out the high chair, drag her through a tub of water, throw under the covers in the bed, and then have the nerve to try to stop and read a bedtime story to her. She's looking at me like, number one, who are you? And number two, why are you dragging me through the house like this? So I was really just despondent on being able to position myself to free my time. Well, several years ago, I stepped into an arena that allowed me that time freedom as well as that financial freedom. Now, my story doesn't end there, because I actually retired from that industry and stepped into a realm that I'm about to share with you tonight, where I simply show people how to take their funds and money they can play with and put them in platforms that allow them to grow them. Now, here's the situation. We have to make sure that we find solid platforms in this realm. And when I share what I'm about to share with you in the next few short minutes, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna feel exactly as we did, and you won't sleep well tonight. So the business that we're here to introduce to you is called Bonanza, as you saw on your screen. Now, Bonanza is registered and founded in El Salvador. And if you don't know, El Salvador is currently the only country where Bitcoin is considered legal tender. As a matter of fact, I would like to say that I think that should be, if you didn't know, that should be touted and known all around the globe. Now, Bonanza is not only registered and founded in El Salvador, where Bitcoin is the only legal tender, but they have their corporate headquarters in Beverly Hills, which is where we had a chance to visit them and meet the staff and the CEO and the COO and the families. But also they have satellite offices in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, and Las Vegas. So Bonanza, I want you guys to understand, you may, if you've been in the crypto space, or the investment space. There are a lot of different things out there. You have to be very, very wise when it comes to what you're plugging into. I want you to understand that Bonanza is a hedge fund with a very strong mission, and that's to provide our partners. Understand, when you plug into Bonanza, you become a partner with Bonanza with a very attractive profitability and growth opportunities at the exact same time. Now, I also want you all to understand that hedge funds have traditionally been laid aside for the uber and the ultra wealthy. See, you've heard of hedge funds, but you may have never had an opportunity to participate in one because you may not have, necessarily been at that financial level, or you may not have been what's called an accredited investor. But what Bonanza has done is put together a hedge fund where now you and I and our cousins in it can literally plug into an arena, step into a platform that initially wasn't meant for us, and it is so exciting. So a hedge fund is where financial partnerships like Bonanza use pooled funds, and they employ different strategies to earn very attractive returns for their investors. Now, these funds might be managed aggressively or make use of derivatives and leverage to generate higher returns. Again, do your own due diligence, but understand that this isn't one of these, it's not a bot. You don't need any equipment, any knowledge or expertise. You simply plug into and fund the hedge fund by choosing which package you want to participate in. And guess what? You are totally hands off from that point. I really want that to sink in. This is totally unlike anything that you've dealt with. This is a hedge fund. So with that being said, the gentleman who are overseeing this, the president and co-founder, is Mr. Francisco Sarabia. Now, this CEO, Mr. Sarabia, has great knowledge in business management. He's been an entrepreneur and a business owner for more than 2 decades. But I can go on and on and on. It's a whole nother thing to read something on somebody, and it's a next level to be able to meet them, to have dinner with them, to meet their family, to see their true knowledge and expertise at work. We had a chance to spend several days with this individual. He is a gentle giant, but when I tell you this is somebody that you want to make sure you're connected to, because he actually controls the checks, but very humble and very experienced in the business realm as well. Now, his partner, the CEO and co-founder of Bonanza, Mr. Paz Mahano, is not only one of the funniest individuals. I thought I was funny, right? But I've been topped by Paz big time. I lovingly call him by his first name, Paz. Paz has a vast experience in investment and risk management in big corporations. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. He was the CEO of Trans-American Equity Partners for 7 years, and he controlled a portfolio of more than $500 million. And it was nowhere near that when it started. So what Paz and Frank said was, we built this $500 million portfolio for a company and successfully managed it. They had all the toys. Like, for instance, I've recently been blessed with my dream car, which is a Lamborghini Huracan. And Paz said, okay, we gotta help Derek. I'm so glad he's plugging in because he's got his starter Lambo. We gotta show him how to get a real Lambo, which is what is that? I've forgotten the name of it now already. But he is a jokester. But when I tell you, his heart and his knowledge when it comes to managing these funds is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, this is the business registration in El Salvador. I grew up in New York City several years ago, but I can no longer read Spanish. So you guys feel free. I do see Bonanza Global Solutions, right? I could read that one. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, documentation beats conversation. And what you're looking at now is the most beautiful corporate office. I've been doing what they call fly-ins for a little over 30 years. Yes, I'm a little older than I sound. And when I tell you these gentlemen laid out the red carpet for us, and to see how their staff treats them, to see how their executives treat them and how they treat their executives and staff. I have never seen anything like that in my life. But again, I've never been treated the way they treated us. They treated us like kings. And so what you're seeing is the corporate office in the Bank of America building on Santa Monica Boulevard, right around the corner. Like if this picture expanded a little bit to the right, you would see Rodeo Drive. So at this corporate office, we were supposed to be there for one day. But ladies and gentlemen, once we saw the vision of what Bonanza had and what we could bring to the table as well, I'm telling you, it went into a 5-day trip. We had to go buy clothes and the whole nine. So this is us. This is just a little documentation. This is Mr. Thurman actually speaking and sharing some of our visions with the CEO and co-founder. This is the actual co-founder sharing some things with some of our partners as well. And we just had a phenomenal time. There's Brother Caleb sitting over there to the right as well. He's right now at a celebrity softball tournament that's going on in Philadelphia right now. And Paz and Francisco were actually going to take their private jet there, but they had some things once we launched. We had our first launch yesterday. They saw that it was more effective for them to be at the corporate office, listen to me, even today on a Sunday, making sure that our people were good. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that this is the filing with the state. You can see down at the bottom, Mr. Paz Sanchez. And these things don't mean a lot to me. What meant more to me was dining with these individuals and seeing their heart, but some people like to see documentation. In addition to that, we have their federal IRS filing papers, and you can see down here at the bottom right, Bonanza Global Solutions Management. Now, what does Bonanza use, or what do they trade and purchase and buy in this hedge fund? Well, number one, you need to understand that they have some of the best traders around the globe, and they use diversified strategies. They do forex and crypto, but they also do futures, binary options, petroleum and natural gas. As a matter of fact, 48 hours after we left, no, I'm sorry, this is while we were there. There was something else that I shared with you that happened 2 days after we left. While we were there, they closed a huge petroleum deal. And just to see them in action was literally mind-blowing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that when I mentioned that a hedge fund was typically laid aside for the uber wealthy, that's not the case with Bonanza. See, the thing about Frank and Paz is they remember where they came from. Yes, now I just remember the name of my next car, the Aventador Lamborghini. I told you, he said my Hurricane is a starter. Stepped on my toes big time, guys. So we got to show Derek how to get a real Lamborghini, right? But they recognize where they come from. And so they wanted to make this platform reachable and available and maintainable for the masses. Wait till you see their ultimate goal. So you can literally get plugged into this hedge fund by choosing a package from $500 to $1 million. Now, what I want you to understand, let's talk about ROI, because a lot of individuals in the crypto space have been spoiled by, 40, 50% returns in a month, but it is never sustainable. And when I say never, I mean never. So you have to decide, how many times are you going to let the same dog bite you? How many times are you going to step into this awesome realm of DeFi, which is decentralized finance, and allow yourself to still fall for what the young kids call the okie doke? Well, I don't even think the young kids say that. That's probably me still sticking to that old stuff, right? But you have to understand, a savvy investor, when you tell them they can earn 10 to 15% on their money, they are ecstatic. And this is what we have, a true platform with true returns. So your actual monthly ROI is determined by the frequency that you want to withdraw, all right? So understand, most hedge funds only allow you to withdraw once or twice a year. It's so funny. Most people don't have a clue of what the real world does once or twice a year. But with Bonanza, you can choose to receive a 10% return if you want to receive your ROI monthly. If you want to do it quarterly, it'll be 12.5% a month. And if you want to withdraw every 6 months, 13.75. And if you want to withdraw annually, a whopping 15% return. So as I stated, we have 10K starts at 500, 10K up to 75, and then all the way up to $1 million packages. So ladies and gentlemen, understand that this is a shift. And there has been a shift taking place for quite some time. And for whatever reason, you've been blessed to be informed at the forefront of it. We're not going to sit here and give you some ridiculous numbers, and then the platform runs for 90 days, 6 months max, and then it's gone. No, we're going to show you a family where you can get in partnership with this family. And you know that your funds are safe because they're in a true registered hedge fund. And now you choose what your actual monthly percentage return is, between 10 and 15%. Now, when it's time for you to withdraw, we want you to understand that the minimum withdrawal is $50, and there is a 5% withdrawal fee, and you'll receive your ROI in what's called USDT, TRC20. That's on the Tron network. And this particular token is tethered or right in line with the dollar. All right. So once you pick your package and fund your account, you fill out your application, you'll choose which package you want. I told you guys, we're not going to be long, but we're going to be strong. We're getting right to the meat of the matter. You fill out your application online, choose your package, fund the account. You're going to receive a promissory note from the attorneys and from Bonanza Global, which gives you the maturity date of your actual investment package. And at the maturity date of that package that you chose, you'll literally get back your principal. Now, I need you to hear this clearly. Let's say you choose, anywhere from 500 to $1 million. Let's say you choose the 5,000 or the 50,000. I want you to clearly understand at the end of that 12-month contract, you may have been withdrawing every month, so you're receiving a 10% return. You may be withdrawing your ROI, your 10% every month. Well, at the end of 12 months, you're also going to receive your principal back as well. Now, I need to ask you a common sense question. And you see how successful this hedge fund is going. What are most people going to do? Most people are going to do it again. But here's the great thing. You don't have to wait 12 months. You can literally get as many contracts as you want at any time. Because this is a true hedge fund, you can't top off your investment. See, those are those come and go platforms. With a true hedge fund, when the way it's set up, you can literally just simply get another contract, as many as you want. All right. Now, in this DocuSign document that you're going to receive from the company, it is also going to include a money back guarantee. Yes, I said it, and yes, you're seeing it correct on your screen. A money back guarantee. No questions asked. If for any reason you become uncomfortable or have a family emergency, you can get 80% of your capital returned back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if it is a death that's occurred in the immediate family, you just have to show, a death certificate or something like that. That's business. You have to do the same thing at work, and they'll simply verify that. And if it's a death that you verify, listen to this, they will return 100% of your funds will be reissued to you. What type of heart does that tell you that the individuals from Bonanza Global have? Absolutely phenomenal. No questions asked, 80% back. But if it is an emergency, if somebody passed in your family, you can get 100% of your funds back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this blew my mind. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Bonanza Global allows qualified investors, there are some stipulations, to ensure their investment for a period of 2 years with a fixed monthly return of 5%. Now, that insurance policy will be issued by a top 10 carrier. Now, the majority of what they use is New York Life, but it'll have to be a top 10 carrier like Primerica or State Farm as well. Never, ever have I heard of anything like that at all. Now, before I shift gears, I want each and every one of you to understand that you can be an island to yourself with this platform. You can keep it a secret. As a matter of fact, you need to understand the majority of the people do so because they want to see their funds grow. But once they experience the integrity and the experience that Bonanza Global has, they tend to end up wanting to share it with a friend, family member, coworker. Is it a requirement? Please hear me clearly. No. Is this an MLM platform? Please hear me clearly. No. But if I was your friend and you found out about a hedge fund at this level and you didn't share with me, I would question our friendship. But I just want to make it clear to you that you don't have to share it with a soul. As a matter of fact, I have a big surprise for you in just a moment, so stay tuned because the reward program is not going to be around for long. You're about to witness the heart of Frank and Paz, ladies and gentlemen, of Bonanza Global, for even having this in place right now. So the reward program will allow you to receive rewards that are totally independent from your investment packages. It is two different things. And it'll basically help you share the vision and growth opportunities as well. So the first thing that you will receive, if you shared this with me, it made sense to me, I've been burnt out there, and I'm looking for a real platform. And you share Bonanza Global with me, and I get let's just say a 50K package. Well, you're immediately going to receive what's called a direct bonus, 10%, immediately dropped into your account. Are you going to cash that check? I believe you are. But what's phenomenal is on your second level, let's say now I made the investment and then I shared it with a person or a few people. You don't even know those individuals, but they're on your second level. You're going to receive 5% of everything that they actually, with the 5% of the initial investment from their package. Absolutely mind-blowing. You can just do the math on that, but it doesn't stop there. That's a direct bonus. So when an associate, being yourself, directly links a person and they acquire any of the investment packages through their referral link, you're going to automatically earn a bonus of 10%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, we spent some time with the founders, with the top leaders. We met the #1 rep in the world with Bonanza. And when I tell you he welcomed us with open arms, I've never seen that being the case. He was open. We shared ideas back and forth. But ladies and gentlemen, there is a way that this direct referral bonus works that you need to get clarity on. So we stayed up all night grinding on this. And when that aha moment kicked in, we said, this is unlike anything we've ever seen before. So let me give you an example. This is you. Now, let's say you just shared it with 3 people. First person gets a 25K package. The second person gets a 10K. Third person gets a 5K. Ladies and gentlemen, do that simple math. That's $40,000. You just made $4,000. 10% of 40,000 is what? 4,000. And we don't even want to talk about what could have happened on the second level. You don't even know these people, but you're going to get 5% of their initial investment package. Absolutely mind-blowing, okay? And here's the thing I want you to always understand. Always look outside of yourself. Like you may be looking at this and say, well, I may only be able to get a $500 package, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to have to make some moves to do that. Well, I'm going to say something to you, and then we're going to get ready to wrap this up. If you've been working for more than 10 years in your life, if you've been working for more than 10 years for yourself, for a corporation, and you don't have $500 disposable right now to position yourself in an opportunity that you see can change your life, I just have to tell you, give you a wake-up call. Whatever you've been doing ain't working. And I say that with all the love that I can muster up in my heart to tell you. Just a reality check. And these are the things we don't think about. Every time we look up, it's Christmas. It's Christmas again. Oh, it's Christmas again. 3 years slip past, and we're still doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, living in an insane state. When you can potentially sell something in that garage, when you could potentially get $250 from mama and $250 from them, mama and them, and tell them you'll pay them back in 60, 90 days. Get your tail in position so you'll never be in that position to have to ask anybody for anything again, because this direct referral bonus will change your zip code in a short period of time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we also have, in addition to the direct referral bonus, a Unilevel residual bonus. I'm going to breeze through this and we're going to wrap this thing up so you guys can get to the game, but you know my philosophy on that. Those guys are already making their money. Golden State, they're getting their check. We need to make sure you're getting yours so we can all be sitting courtside. So now, the Unilevel residual bonus is very simple. First thing I want you to know, in order to qualify for, you simply need 3 direct referrals and a total volume of 10K, which is nothing. So you have a total group volume, not just you, but you and the individuals that you introduce, the ones that they introduce, and so on and so forth. It needs to total up to 10K. One person can knock that out, right? Now, you're going to receive 1.5% every single month, 4 levels deep, on everything from $500 to $999,099, right? Almost $1 shy of $1 million on a residual basis. Are you freaking kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick, simple example. Some of us have accomplished this in the first day that we signed up with Bonanza. Let's say you have a total group volume of 200,000. Let's say it took you, and I don't mean to brag or boast, saying it happened, what was accomplished in a day, but say it takes you a few weeks to get to a group volume of 200,000, let's say. Let's do the simple math. Ladies and gentlemen, what's 1.5% of 200,000? That's $3 grand a month. Month after month after month after month. Now that first commission is going to be paid 30 days out. So you'll be getting it 30 days out from the start date of you acquiring your investment package. This is why it's imperative for you to understand, in business, timing is everything. You don't get off this webinar and go ask your drunk uncle who's getting ready to watch the game what he thinks, okay? I believe in fire, aim, ready. You reverse everything. Not ready, aim, fire. You fire, get position. Then you get ready, excuse me, you aim by now learning what Bonanza is about. Now you're ready to show someone else how to fire by getting position. Anyway, we're not here to do any type of training. 1.5%, 4 levels down, anywhere from 500 to $1 million in total investment revenue. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't stop there. From 1 million to 2.5 million, you're going to receive 2.25% monthly residual. You do the math on that. Matter of fact, you do the math on just $1 million, 2.25 of $1 million, and that hitting your wallet every month. Are you kidding me? Here's the insane thing, pay attention. Now it's not 4 levels, guys. When your group volume hits 1 million, it is now 10 levels deep. Now, you can only use 50% from your biggest leg, 30% from your second biggest leg, and 20% from your third biggest leg to qualify for that million in volume to get the 2.25%. Very simple stuff. You guys are familiar with the 40% rule and all that. Basically the same thing, but it gets gooder. I say gooder. Now, you looked on the 2.25% was from 1.5 million to 2.5. And remember, that's a total investment, guys. That's nothing you're doing on your own. So let's back up. I want you with me. From $500 to $999,999 is 1.5% that you receive every month on 4 levels. Now, when you get one more dollar, you hit $1 million to 2.5 billion, it's 2.5 a month. Are you with me? So from 2.5 to 5 million, it is 3.25 a month monthly residual. And from 5 million to 7.5, it is 4%. Are you freaking kidding me? Take a minute to do the math on 4% of 5 million. And from 7.5 million to 10 million, ladies and gentlemen, it is 4.75% monthly residual coming to you, 10 levels deep. You didn't see any titles. Let me wake you up. You didn't see any titles. You didn't see any ranks. I call this the SGP compensation program, right? Straight getting paid. That's all this is about. So it is the simplest, but the most robust. There are no titles. We don't have competition here. And you need to always look outside yourself. When I gave you the example of you maybe right now saying, man, I don't even know if I can get the 500 to get position. Don't listen. You just set your mind to get it done. It's going to happen. Remember, I told you, go to mama and them. But here's the deal. It's not about you, because you might know somebody that knows somebody that's a savvy investor, and they'll see this and tackle you for your link so they can get positioned to invest. I want you to understand that, not to necessarily receive these commissions. They're going to attack you to get positioned to plug into this hedge fund. You're going to receive these residuals because you were smart enough to understand, and business timing is everything. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand our goal with Bonanza, and I say our because I'm taking ownership as well. Once the hedge fund receives 300 million in the actual hedge fund, they're going to close the residual bonus. What does that mean? There's not going to be an affiliate plan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hedge fund. This is why this is a time-sensitive presentation. And we're so thankful that you took time out on this evening while the playoff game was about to start to get this information, and you're going to be glad you did. Because those of you who take action and get position now will be grandfathered in, and you will receive your residuals for life. Somebody didn't hear that, Mr. Endo. I'm going to say it one more time and we're going to close. For you taking action. See, understand, like, you didn't see any titles or ranks. This is a hedge fund. We have an opportunity to position ourselves not only to benefit from the hedge fund, but to benefit from positioning and sharing with others how to take advantage of this hedge fund and get a residual income for life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do the numbers just here, 4.75 on 10 million, that's deep six figures a month after month after month. But here's the insane thing. Not only will you be grandfathered in, ladies and gentlemen, Bonanza Global is already looking ahead. But remember, they've done this already. See, it's different when you've been to the mountaintop and you can see further, and you were doing it for a company. What type of vision you think you're going to have when you're doing the same exact thing for yourself? So they're already planning for the next hedge fund. But here is the caveat. The only individuals that will be able to participate from any type of residual perspective are those who participated in the initial hedge fund. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, 48 hours after we got home, after our 5-day love fest with the founders of Bonanza, they actually flew out. They have access to 3 private jets, 16 passenger jets. They flew to Vegas, from Beverly Hills to Vegas. You know, of course, that's a hop and a skip. They met with 19 realtors. Ladies and gentlemen, they're already planning 2.0, which is going to be Bonanza Real Estate Global, where now the funds will be backed by hard assets, which is real estate. They're already doing oil deals. They already, I hope I'm not letting the cat out of the bag with this, Paz is sharing with me about the ships that they plan on purchasing. Absolutely phenomenal. And now we have a chance to leave a generational legacy simply by getting plugged in.